and welcome back to this episode of Newsmakers, the show where we bring to you spectacular personalities and their success stories from various walks of life. Because at Newsmakers, we aspire to inspire you. I'm your host Simran, and I'm very happy to bring to you yet another trailblazer personality. He is Mr. Ashish Jain, and he is the director of Kundan Spaces. Please allow me to welcome him.
Hi, good morning. Yeah.
A very warm welcome to you, Mr. Ashish. Now, let's start from this beginning of your life. Now, what inspired you to incept Kundan Spaces? And it's been there for 37 years. Now, please tell us about your journey so far.
Good morning once again. We were basically into jewelry business since almost 65 years. That was started by my grandfather. And After my graduation and post graduation, I came back to India. And that's when my father told me to join the jewelry business. So I also went to the shop. I used to sit at the shop, and then I realized that no, this is not my thing, because there was no creativity. There was, we had to sit for the customers to come in. So I thought that this is not my style of doing business, and that's when Kundan Spaces was started. So I thought that we'll make some landmarks in Pune, which will not only focus on the quantity but the quality or the design, which Pune was lacking. And That's how Kundan Spaces was started. Of course, when we started, it was a very small company with just two of us in the company, and now we have more than 150 team members in our company. Yeah.
So very right. You said that it is so important to be unique and different. And this is the reason that you have sustained in the market for good 37 years. Now, Kundan Spaces has been actively involved in the CSR initiatives. Could you provide some examples of some impactful projects that company has undertaken?
Our main motto or our main strategy is to be customer focused or customer centric homes we make, or commercial spaces. So our basic strategy is to upgrade yourself in everything, whatever we do. So be it our own design, our own type of making homes or offices, the processes, the systems, the technology, upgradation in everything. And that's how we make better homes or better offices than what others are making. So we always try to get some creativity, some innovation in our design. So if you see any of our projects, we don't make matchboxes, or we don't make regular projects or regular buildings. We try to get some feature, some design element, some technology in our projects, which is an upgrade for the entire customers who are looking for new homes or new offices. And so whatever projects we make sure that those are landmarks for years to come.
You are doing commendably well for the society through your CSR projects and wish you all the luck. Now, Mr. Ashish, you've been in the industry from past 37 years and you're working so great. What is your plan for the future?
Coming to CSR also, see, we have ourselves grown from zero. So we know the value of money and the value of life for everyone. And that's where we think that we should give some part of our share to the society, back to the society from where we have got this. And so we are doing number of activities in CSR. We are helping the school children who are not able to, afford the fees or afford the school expenses. We try and sponsor those kind of students. There's a institute in Khadki, Pune, where I'm associated with. I'm one of the members in the committee where we help students, poor students, get education without any donation. So that's our main motto of that institute is. Other than that, we are also doing a lot of other activities in health sector, or be it there are some other schools also outside that school which we are helping. Yeah, so more into education and health, which we are looking into, because I think those are the two basic things which mankind requires. I mean, and if any human gets those two things, I mean, he can be successful. Yeah.
Very well said. Now, we would like to know your expansion plans. Now, since your company is growing supremely well, are you taking your projects abroad or you prefer expanding in India?
I never thought of future, because I always live in present, and I think I'll keep working, and there is no looking back, or there is no retirement which I ever think of, because I think I'll be working till I'm alive. So be it 80, 90, whatever, and I'll keep giving good landmark projects to our city and to our nation. I think, why can't our city or our country be like Shanghai or Dubai, or we can also, we as developer, it's our duty to give that skyline to our country.
Absolutely. India is a growing economy and it is a very wise decision to invest in your own country. Now, what is that one advice that you would like to give to all those young entrepreneurs who are striving hard to make their mark in this industry?
No, we are looking at India only, because I think India is currently the best economy to work in, and of course, it's our own country. So it's and being in Pune, I think Pune is again a very good market. So we don't intend to go outside Pune currently. Maximum what we can do is Bombay or nearby cities. Yeah, but nothing beyond that, because currently there's a lot of work in Pune and Bombay itself, and the market is good.
What a great advice coming in from the leader himself that we need to work on the customer satisfaction and money is a byproduct.
I think the one thing which each person, every developer should follow is that you should not go behind quantity, or behind the monetary profits what we always see. I think you should keep working, keep giving good landmark projects to the city, and keep working towards customer centric. I mean, your focus should be customer centric. Rest all will automatically follow. So that's what my motto was, and that's how I'm here.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ashish, for this wonderful interview. It was great having you on this show.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Simran.
And thank you, my dear audience, for all the love and blessings that you shower on our show. We shall continue to bring you more of such inspirational personalities. Till then, stay blessed and stay positive. Hello and welcome to this brand new episode of Newsmakers, the show where we bring to you spectacular personalities and their success stories from various walks of life. Because at Newsmakers, we aspire to inspire you. My dear lovely audience, I'm your host Simran, and I'm so very delighted because today we have yet another amazing guest on our show. He is an actor, he is an entrepreneur, he's also an American investor and a philanthropist. Please allow me to welcome Mr. Jay Patel on the sets of Newsmakers.
Yeah, how you doing? Good morning, India. It's pretty late here, but I really appreciate your time and thank you for having me.
A very warm welcome to you, Mr. Patel. Now, I would like to start with the very first question, is that you are a famous actor, you're an entrepreneur, you're also into filmmaking, so much that you're doing. How did you manage to reach to this stage in life?
Oh my God, for that we need a 4 hours interview, okay? It's not gonna happen in like 10 minutes, okay? So just like a typical immigrant family, like, the parents and everybody got here like long back. Pretty much I spent my entire majority time in New York. And, like after the schooling and everything, we started the business. And then I always I had it in my mind. If you do not have an art and the sports in your life journey is empty. You have to have something which is not going to talk about the money. Because usually when we hang out here in the business and Wall Street, always people talk about the money, but art एक ही ऐसी चीज है जिसमें you're not gonna talk about the money comes later. So that's the reason I always got hooked on to the art. And when I got this opportunity to make this Syrian-based Hollywood movie, it's called I'm Gonna Tell God Everything. And that's 100% non-profit. We made it and show it to the world. And I got so much appreciation from all around the world. I got so many awards for that. And the people were appreciating it. It's like, okay, origin Indian, living in the United States and making a movie on Syria. So this is the medium where we can tell the world whatever we have it on mind and whatever you're thinking. So that's the reason I thought like I just want to be part of this, and that's how I got in.
Wow, what a great journey. Well, you have played a very pivotal role in the movie Sarvatra Veer Sarwarkar. Now, how did you manage to get that role?
Yeah, so he was almost he was 2:30 at the night in New York, and Vandeep called me and he woke me up and he's like, dude, because I'm originally like I was born in Ahmedabad in Gujarat, so I'm a Gujarati. So he was searching for the character Shyamji Krishna Verma was original Gujarati, and he established India House in 1905 in London, and it gives the name of India House. And that India House, Veer Savarkar stayed over there for 6 years. And not only Veer Savarkar, we was like, 16 to 17 more student and a freedom fighter, like really fiery freedom fighter. And they all like started in language of British language. So they wanted to fight against the British to get the independence from India. And they started their own press. They started like, one in Geneva. They got to start one in like, all around the world. Gather movement they started in USA. So those are like Hardayal and V.D. Savarkar and everything. So that's why the Vandeep called me and he's like, okay, hey, do you know this guy, Shyamji Krishna Verma? Because there is not so many stuff available in the market. And when I was a little kid, our family used to talk about, because he was a local hero, right? So Sardar Patel, Gandhiji, and then like, Vikram Sarabhai, and there's all the big heroes. We used to always talk on dining table when we were a little kid. So I knew A to Z about the Shyamji Krishna Verma. And when I told Randeep, I said like, dude, how the hell do you know this everything? And then I told him, I said like, okay, I got it from the family. And then he convinced me. It's like, okay, since you know about this everything, about the character, you have to play this role. And I said like, dude, I'm not a professional actor. It's like, don't worry about it. I'm a director and I know what to do. So don't worry about it. And somehow he got the work out of me.
I also know that you had to put on a lot of weight for your role in this
ask the
movie.
team to please.
Oh, yes. Because it was I put like 7 to 8 kg, and the same time Randeep has to lose 32 kg.
Totally an opposite.
And we were hanging out together all the time, right? So we were totally opposite. I have to eat whatever, and he's like, "Oh, you should go to." No. He used to arrange vada pav for me from Mitibai school,
Okay.
and and I'm not. Yeah, and I'm not supposed to eat in front of him because he was starving. Like he used to do fasting for 19 hours.
Okay.
And I put 6 to 7 kg, and it was so much fun because he said like we don't gonna compromise anything. We did the 3 age, 56, 65, and 71. That's what they did it on me. And worst part was to make it the entire thing ball, and then I have to do the makeup for 4 hours minimum, and then like sometime entire day you work, and like me and Randeep's sister who was playing Madam Kama, Anjali Huda. So we both are like, Gar Ki Murgi. So like we were doing our thing after the entire movie, everything gets shot. That's the time we used to do the shoot. So a lot of time what happened entire day, we just ready with the makeup and we don't shoot. But we have to do it again next day, everything. So it was a classic journey because we were hanging out like, two brother, one sister, we hanging out together all the time. And I saw the entire, the process, how this movie industry works, how everything, like so many people have, hard work to do this. And that's the final product comes and it's amazing. It's a good feeling.
I am sure that you need to put a lot of hard work to get a great product. More so the industry you come from, success is not very easy. You really need to put your best efforts, like you had to put on weight. Randeep Huda had to lose weight and it took you hours to do your makeup done. Now everything put together must have been a lot of happiness for you.
So much happiness. I'm telling you, whatever. Now I understood why the actors doing crazy thing. Like, they get into the character for 3 years for just like 2 hours. But I got this. My role, maybe 10 minutes or something, entire movie, right? But when I saw that movie, when I saw the entire movie from top to bottom, I was enjoying like anything. This is like, even you cannot compare with my other businesses, however you make money, whatever you do it, nothing, man. This is something different because 450 people who's around you to give you one like second के लिए आपको बोलने के लिए, there is people behind you. They do a lot of homework for you, and then you present that thing, and then zillions of people like look at all around the world, and it's gonna be history. It's gonna be forever, right? So
Correct.
I mean, this is beautiful thing, amazing.
This is so very inspiring for all the budding actors who wish to make their mark in this industry. Now, recently you visited India House in London, where our freedom fighters used to live. You also visited the Indian House, where you played the role of Shyamji Krishna Verma. Can you share your experience about all that?
The Indian.
Actually, yeah, it was when I walked to the London, that happened just like 25 days, right?
Mhm.
As soon as I walked into that London house, like India House in London, and the guy who owns right now, his name is Mark. So Mark welcomed me, and we were just like sitting in. I saw the whatever the Shyamji Krishna Verma bought it in 1905 in 6,000 pound cash. And think about it, in those वो चार दीवालों के अंदर गांधी जी, like all the like whatever हमारे जितने भी वीडी सावरकर, जितने भी like मदन लाल धिंगरा, everybody was talking. वो wall के अंदर still that energy is still there. I felt it.
Wow.
And it sounds crazy, but I'm telling you, I had so much fun. And I was just feeling that energy because we shoot that entire India House in India. And when you walked into the real thing,
Mhm.
and when you मैं वहाँ I think stairs पे I was just sitting for 3 hours on those stairs because वहीं से ही these people were like going out, and they were talking about like what's next, we want to do it, how we gonna send the stuff to India. And they're like Queen, that time it wasn't democracy, right? So Queen, like they were doing against the Queen crown, and they were like they have to be so careful. Use all the Secret Service was outside his home, but they were really rock star people. They were like because of them we are free today, and we getting everything free. And I had so much respect for them, and I give a biggest Shraddhanjali over there. And मुझे बहुत ही अच्छा लगा. It's like it's a different feeling.
It must have been very patriotic feeling for you, because that place carried a lot of aura of all the freedom fighters.
Yes, so मैंने वहीं से रणदीप को I did the FaceTime, and I was showing him everything, and he was so happy. And even though by myself, and I told even Mark, which is I'm supposed to tell you, not in interview. I told Mark, I said like, listen up, Mark, whenever you feel like you want to sell this house, I will be the first guy. I'll give you 100,000 pound more, whatever's your final offer gonna be, because this house is not just चार दीवार नहीं है, ये हमारी इंडिया की अमानत है.
Wow.
And those are the people, 17 people who are there. They stayed over there for 6 years. So like because I got into the each and every line of those characters, and I felt it that. And I said I don't want to let it go this house, and I already gave him an offer. And he's a very nice guy, and he's like, okay, if anything comes in my mind, you will be the first guy in 8 billion people, and then we'll talk about it.
Wow.
So I got so much love into that house, like I want that house.
Now I can literally understand the feeling you are carrying for that place. I pray that you own it soon.
And I don't want to do any rocket science. Trust me, you know what I want to do in that house? I want to do the same thing, exact same thing, whatever the Shyamji Krishna Verma was doing. I want to get all the smartest Indian who doesn't have access to the foreign, and they are really, really smart, who cannot afford it to come to United States or like in the UK. They can just be there, do the R&D, research, and they can enjoy the life, and they can give back to the country. Now, these days, we don't need a freedom because we already are free. But now to take it to the next level, India, to the modern world, this is the best way to research, right? So we need a research center, and this could be the best research center on planet, because we have so many Ashirwad for all of our freedom fighters. There are those memories there, so it's going to be
Correct.
so easy for us. Yes.
I really appreciate the passion you have for your country, and it is so very evident. Now, Mr. Patel, Now, during your London trip, you attended the Wimbledon Games. You've always been a sports enthusiast, and you've also sponsored ice skater Vishwaraj Jadeja and women-based pickball in Ahmedabad. Now, can you elaborate on your vision in sports for India?
What I believe is, if any youth want to be fit and not get the bored in the gym, so sports is the only option, right?
True
And
that.
somehow we got the cricket. So cricket is like like 1 to 99 cricket, and one person the rest of all of the game. So what we did it is, there is one very intelligent guy, and he represented India 140 times all around the world, Vishwara Jadeja, and he was an ice skater. And somehow, like our common friend introduced me. I said like, wow. So me sponsored, then Pradeep got on board. And it's like, okay, we'll take care of this guy, and he did tremendously good in Winter Olympic. And so that's the reason I want to send those messages, because that guy had a dream. He was born in 50 Celsius temperature in Ahmedabad, just like a Delhi, and his dream was to do the ice skating and represent India. Come on, I mean, we don't have infrastructure in ice skating. So he moved back, and then he's doing a lot of stuff in Ladakh, and he goes to those areas where he can find the practice. And so I found really interesting, and that's the reason we did it, what we supposed to do it as a sports enthusiast, and as a youngsters want to get inspired this kind of story. And the same thing with this girl is called Radhika Rauji. She used to play tennis, and she was a gold medalist from Gujarat, and she wants to open up her own academy in Ahmedabad, pickleball. And this 100% run by those couple of girls like her and her partner. And so me and Sanjay did give a little push, and it's like, okay, you guys go ahead. So the same time, women and young girls, even though small town, because in pickleball and the rest of all of the stuff, you don't need a lot of infrastructure. So that's the reason, I would like to give this kind of, pump into the all youngster, so they can be a fit. They know how to lose. They know how to win. They know how to team up, and they know how to once to lose and how to win, and how to manage everything. So that's going to help in the real life too. And that's the reason I like to do this kind of, I'm going to do more and more, because I do give them a lot of input from overseas, like United States, what's going on here, and whatever help they needed. So I try to book the bridge between two countries, not just you come here and take the picture on Times Square and go to Vegas and stuff. No. We are very intelligent people in India, and especially youngster. So they want to step out, but they need something, there is somebody. So we have this kind of social work, sitting here, and we can do something for the country.
You have such great thoughts. You are a famous actor, entrepreneur, and you're also good friends in Hollywood and Bollywood. How do you manage to balance both the world?
See, once your expectation is zero, then everything is gained. Because see, I have a zero expectation from Bollywood or Hollywood, because I absolutely just doing for the hobby. I don't want to make any money out of this. I don't want to do anything. I just want to get the social message through this medium. Because once upon a time, it wasn't just if you're talking about the independence time, right? It used to be just radio. When the people listen to the radio, and they're like, oh, that's what's going on. Right now, we have a media and social media. So based on those stuff, we can educate the people, and we tell the good message from all around the world, just like you and me talking right now. So for us, distance is not even 2 feet, right? And you sitting somewhere in Delhi or in India, and I'm here, time zone is different, but we can share our thoughts, we can exchange our ideas, and we can do better for our country, regardless where you're staying, where you're living, because in our heart, always India is there. And no matter where you live, how many generations you go, first question always gonna ask, where are you from? You cannot say I'm from New York or I'm from New Jersey. You always have to say I'm from India, no matter what.
We know that Sanjay Dutt is a big brother to you. Do you have any special plans for his upcoming birthday on the 29th?
Actually, it's a surprise. Don't tell anyone. But 29th, because 29th, I think him and my brother are going to Italy for his celebration. I'm not gonna make it over there because I have a couple of things going on here, but I'm gonna do very, very big surprise for him in Times Square. So the biggest screen in Times Square, I already booked it up. I'm gonna celebrate his birthday over there at that time, and I'll send you the link, and I'll send you that video copy for you. So that's the biggest surprise gonna be for him.
Wow, I'm so excited for this surprise.
So I'm sure he'll get surprised because he loves New York City, and he always walk around here. We go to nice restaurant, hanging out, chilling all the time. He's missing even today morning he was saying like, oh, maybe I can come for 2 days. I was like, dude, don't come on 29 because I already have a surprise here.
Now, please tell us about some of the biggest challenges you faced as an investor in the film industry. Now, how have you overcome them?
See, like any business you look at it, there's always the risk. And especially in this industry, it's a crazy risk because no one knows. I'm telling you, in last 50 years or 100 years, none of the producer or director can tell my movie gonna be super duper hit or not. It's all depends on the public, people, and what kind of marketing you have it, and what kind of story, what kind of actor. And it's just not one thing. It's like zillions of things together and they present, right? So of course the risk is there, but being an entrepreneur or being a businessman, we understand that. So we do the minimize risk on the other side of investments. And the same time now big studios, got on picture. So a lot of studio makes everything so easy these days. So you can dilute your risk and you can take it exit wherever you want to take it. So we go smooth ride, and of course you have to take a risk. If you want to do big jump, then you have to take a big risk. But I'm enjoying this investments part, and especially in technology business and something like startups in India, and a lot of stuff going on around that. And this is one of that. So I enjoy this because this is the only investment where people tell you story and you have to put money on it. It's like, wow, this is interesting. It's like, there is nothing physically, right? It's just like story tells you, and like you don't know how the maker gonna make it, how the director's gonna do it, how the actor's gonna act on it. And this is not only me, but then there is a lot of adorned investors gonna be there, studio gonna be there. So I just have to maybe initially start something, take it to the next level. I might take exit out of it, and I'll be happy. I don't want to be, I don't want to take entire cake. If I get my piece out of it, and if I enjoy the process, I'm happy.
You said it so right that business is all about risk. You also said that you've been putting a lot in technology. Now, what are the future projects you are working on?
There is a very big project we're working on. It's we're getting the water from the atmosphere. So we're gonna extract the water from the atmosphere, and that's gonna be drinking water. So we already did the prototype, and the United Nations invited us for the speech and everything, because in entire world, even today's world, 200 million people not getting drinking water. It's the biggest issue in humankind. So I really like to work on this, and so at least people get at least 6 glasses of water to drink a day. So this is the technology through we can reach out to the maximum people. And so we're working on it, and that's pretty success is going on, and very soon we're gonna bring it to India, and let's see how things goes.
I wish you all the success in life. Now, my last and final question is, what is that one advice to all those aspiring actors, entrepreneurs who are watching you right now?
See, I mean, Randeep hasn't been industry for more than 22 years. He made a 34 movie. Still, he has to sold it his house, mortgage his house to make this movie, right? So Abhishek Bhai Dudaiya, who made a Bhuj with like Sanjay Dutt, Sonakshi, and Ajay Devgan, right? He was in industry for more than 26 years. He made a series, and to make a first movie, it took like 26 years. So what I'm saying is, if you really, and if you seriously want to do something, don't worry about the time, but don't give up. Because majority people, 98% people give up. It's not going to be overnight for sure. But if you believe in yourself, and if you think you can make it, if I can make it, think about it. If I can make it from USA, mera to Hindi bhi itna acha nahi tha. Like, Randeep and like all the friends and everyone, like, say like, that's how you got to do it. So if I can do it, jet lag में वहाँ आने का, काम करने का, then like expecting zero money from anybody. Still, if I can do it this much, then I'm telling you, if the people gonna hang out in like Lokhandwala, and if they do the right script and right मेहनत करेंगे, काम करेंगे, दिल्ली में या इंडिया में कहीं पे भी बैठे बैठे, so 101% उसका होगा. Then let the people decide. Don't believe on like the people surrounding you and they tells you are good or not. Let the people decide. You're good, then of course you're gonna get work. And the project के लिए अगर रणदीप को घर बेचना पड़ता है, so you have to ready for everything.
Yes.
Otherwise like like नहीं होगा. So I personally believe that कुछ भी तुम कितने भी success हो, any business you start or any project you start from zero. Be humble, be nice with the people. Don't do any shortcut. Just simple like journey jayegi. It takes you out, and I'm sure you learn something out of it.
What a great learning that we got today from a famous actor, Mr. Jay Patel. That is, we need to be humble, we need to be nice and have patience, and money will surely come to you. Thank you so very much for joining us, Mr. Patel. We wish you more movies in the future, and we wish you all the luck.
Much. Thank you for having me. Have a great ahead day, and like I really appreciate your like all your questions was super to the point, and it was so amazing. So I really enjoyed it.
Thank you so much for making me feel that I'm doing a good work. And thank you, my dear audience, for all the love. Here is Simran signing off with a promise that I will be back soon. So stay